You are now watching the Queen Chioma.
Yep, 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 yep.
So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we are going to be talking about the rapper baby mamas and some of the reoccurring trends that many of them possess with their come-up stories, their careers, and how the media perceives them. So this stems from some of the recent tweets that were made by Ari, which is at Real Kyle's sister, in regards to the internet constantly checking her about her come-up and in a sense lessening her to just a quote-unquote rapper baby mama. So I truly feel like this is an interesting topic to unpack because there's a rapper baby mama phenomenon going on, and it's actually trickling down to young women everywhere. For a select demographic, it's considered a goal, or at the very least somewhat idolized, to trap a rapper these days for the benefit of money, fame, BBLs, and a fashion over sponsorship. As a young woman, I've been in spaces and heard conversations, even if they weren't serious, young women seeking relationships with rappers, even if they are local F-list rappers, with the end goal of some form of come up. Ladies, quick side note, there is no guarantee on any of this. There is nothing foolproof about having a rich man's baby. There is no certainty in obtaining benefits in procreating with a man based off of his career. So just in case there's anyone out there that needs to hear that, that's that. But anyway, Ari took to Twitter and said the following: "That rapper baby mama-ish is so tired. A Naker never gave me a handout. My son and that breakup made me the person I am because I had something to prove. To not let my son down, and that a Naker will never make me take an L from broken promises and fairy tales." Now, I'm gonna say this. I do agree with this tweet 110%. Like, I agree with that. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what happened, whether you believe that her come up was from being a rapper baby mama or not, she definitely took her situation and made herself a lot more relevant than she was going to ever be, because at the end of the day, you can't believe a man and his broken promises and fairy tales. That's very true. Moving on. She then says, "Y'all always talking about baby mamas and y'all baby mamas, but not to rappers, to broke nakers. Let's talk about it. I am where I am, and I am who I am because of me. If it was because of, quote, being a rapper baby mama, then it would be a whole lot more women in my position. I don't remember y'all posting albums and mixtapes. I remember y'all posting couples goals, but okay. Now shut y'all broke ass up." And then somebody came back and said, "Child, and what would you be doing if you didn't have rich baby dads? You got money because they got money." And she said, "Who is my rich baby dad? Introduce me because I want some money." Now, I really don't care for Ari sometimes, because I feel like anytime you tell her anything, it's always, "Oh, y'all are too broke to talk to me or about me," when in reality, the same broke people that she high-key disrespects are the reason she stays relevant enough to make the money that she does. So it's insulting to her fans that the second someone may disagree with her or check her for some of the disrespectful, wrong, and bitter things she may have said or done, the one and only comeback she has is, "Well, y'all are broke." Like, okay, damn sis, so you got lucky enough to date and have a baby by a famous rapper, and not just any rapper, but G Herbo. And G Herbo is one of those rappers that no one really hates. Like, he drops music and it will get rave reviews, and he also has a pretty positive reputation. And in current times, it's kind of a head scratcher that G Herbo and Ari ever dated, because they just seem so different and incompatible. But I can understand that age plays a part. They both grew up and matured in different ways and essentially grew apart after a while. So I digress. Ari claims that she is where she is because of no one but herself, and that if it was because of her being a quote-unquote rapper BM, it would be way more women in her position. And I'll speak on that tweet soon, but like, Ari, let's be real. No one is really mad at you for being a rapper baby mama, at least not me, because if we're being real, out of all of the recent generation of rapper BMs, Ari is really legendary. Like, she single-handedly took her situation in which she could have just faded into the oblivion of the many women who have children by rappers that we know little to nothing about and whose name people don't care to know, and she is literally the top dog at this. Like, let's just be real and give her the flowers. Like, Kim Kardashian is one of the thousands of women who have made sex tapes, and furthermore, she is one of the many women who have dated Ray J or just dated a rapper in general, and she single-handedly created an indelible empire for herself and her family, aka these joints got lucky. Like, I don't see how someone can accredit this type of success to individual hard work. Like, we can't discredit the work she continues to put in to maintain her brand, but she and her fans, because some of y'all be going mad hard, have to agree that lucking up and dating a man who was also lucky enough to have a successful rap career is a big bowl of Lucky Charms with 2% milk. So with that being said, let's unpack the idea of rapper baby mamas in Ari's case. I've broken this video down into 3 main talking points. points, so let's get right into this video. So point number 1 is rapper baby mama culture is commodified. This means having a baby by not just a rich man, but a rapper is a commercialized concept. With money and materialism being at the peak of millennial focus, especially on the urban side, this may be an undercover pandemic. So with the example at hand, G Herbo increased Ari's platform as he rose to fame, and she made something out of it. Her having a baby, in a way, solidified herself further, and it came with the perks of having the lifestyle that she has been exposed to. I think society has always been obsessed with the love interest and dating partners of people in the media, but for like the past 5 years, as hip-hop has been the most relevant part of pop culture, there is a spotlight on rappers more than ever. Subsequently, the rapper wives, girlfriends, and baby mamas have been able to create massive platforms, gain income, and maintain a level of relevancy because of this. So you can say we wouldn't know who any of these girls are without these rappers they have dated, but that's just about anybody. Like, what are they supposed to do? Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband? Like, nah. You're going to promote who you're with, and that's regardless of your career. There are titles like the coach's wife or the first gentleman. When you date somebody with a certain title or career, you will have perks, man or woman. But again, this is the era of hip-hop, so there's an emphasis on how an everyday regular girl can be catapulted into fame and money off of this culture. And both parties are fault. Men understand having a down bad bitch per se adds to their celebrity, and the idea of being in a relationship also adds to a rapper's career. And then women understand that being with a rapper can be a stepping stone to social success and money. So many of these relationships are commodified for dual benefit. Music labels are even setting people up to date certain known people just to sell records and add fame to different artists, and the internet, mostly teenagers who really don't know any better, eat it up. Being couples goals, especially to a rapper, has taken over the blogs and can almost solve the unemployment rate here in the United States. It's definitely a come up, and it's actually right that the society kind of shames being a rapper baby mama because you should not be striving for that, but there are genuine relationships that just so happen to be with a rapper. I think the commodification comes from girls getting lucky enough to meet someone that ends up being famous. In Ari's case, I think it's dumb for her to say that she is the one and only sole reason that she got famous, because no, she was a package deal with Herb during his come up. But she is right in saying if it were because of her being a rapper baby mama, more women would be in her position, because there are hundreds of other rapper baby mamas, but very few of them are doing it like Ari. Very few of them capitalized off of it like Ari. Very few of them made a name for themselves like Ari. Moneybagg Yo has hella baby mamas, and none of them are as big as Ari because they simply just didn't capitalize off of it, and they didn't really have to. And she wasn't all the way wrong also because she had fans prior to having G Herbo's baby. They were couples goals even when he was still considered up and coming. I think her saying that she got where she is now through her work and effort post breakup is actually right. She commodified her opportunity when other rapper baby mamas don't or didn't. It's really just a choice at the end of the day. Now, point number 2 is rappers making these women. Now, I will say this, G Herbo did not make her who she is. She definitely made her own brand off of being put on by her relationship with him. In a sense, it was a dual benefit, like I said, because like she said, y'all were posting relationship goals and etc., which is true. I never really kept up with them. The first time I really noticed who she was after she broke up with G Herbo, so I don't really remember much of their come up. Y'all can tell me in the comments, but I do feel like it's wrong to say that he made her. When he was a nobody rapper, she was with him. When he was up and coming, she was with him. And then when he reached big success, she was still with him until she wasn't. So he didn't make her, but yes, he added to why she is relevant. The idea of them together and showcasing their relationship on social media helped both of them gain success, even though yes, it was driven by G Herbo's music career being a big thing, but before we knew of a G Herbo, Ari and G Herbo were dating. So I truly think that her taking the breakup and commodifying herself to be an influencer through beauty, fashion, and other business ventures was not wrong. Like, why wouldn't she utilize the platform that she also contributed to increase her wealth and success? Was she supposed to fall into oblivion because her man cheated on her and they broke up? Or was she not supposed to remain or extend her quote-unquote fame into something more for herself and her child? I know Ari is not the most likable person to a lot of people, but I don't see what she did as wrong. And like I said earlier, out of all of the current young rapper baby moms, she's definitely the top dog as it relates to the realm of rapper baby moms and what they're actually known for currently. Not to mention, so many people were fans of her during her come up with G Herbo, so she also became equally as important to his brand at that time. They were an internet couple package deal to many young fans, just like De'Ara and Ken. It's a package deal. So it's like when Nick Jonas was dating Miley Cyrus when we were kids, and yes, both of them had their separate talents, but y'all can't act like it's wrong to date people or be with someone more famous than you just because you don't have fame. It's honestly natural. LeBron James's wife is Savannah James, and she is overall known for being the wife of LeBron James and has been able to have brands and opportunities because of that. A lot of y'all preach hypergamy and then get mad when women benefit from the hypergamy. If I got with a rapper on my left toe, I would be sure to utilize the perks of it. Ari and G Herbo came up together and then went their separate ways, and I can't say that he made her. His career just ended up being more liked, the more important, and the more respected one in the eyes of society, and I think she had every right and even owed it to herself and her child to take advantage of that, even if what she does is not considered conventional to everyone else. Also, I think it's fair that now that she is very successful and has broken up from G Herbo since 2018, like literally almost 4 years, to distance herself from a man who cheated on her and ultimately broke her heart. I can see why she's kind of defensive. On the other hand, I think it's fair to say that her ties to G Herbo is where she got her start. That's obvious. Furthermore, I think with or without G Herbo, Ari to me would have eventually been something or another. And I also feel like if she was still with him, she wouldn't even be as big as she is now because she'd be complacent and still be putting up with his BS. I feel like her dating him, and I'm talking more towards the end of the relationship, brought out the worst in her. And once she realized that she was probably better off not losing her marbles over him and a situation that she couldn't change, she started aligning herself on a path to capitalize off the internet fame and success that she was already building. She has that look that is socially acceptable. She is affiliated with other rapper baby moms. Her best friend is a bomb hairstylist, and she clearly knows how to set herself into spaces to date rich men, and in this case a man that raps. So to me, she probably would have been a well-known social media influencer regardless. Now, point number 3 is the glorification of dating a rapper. In all honesty, I think Ari's situation is a prime example of why you can't glorify famous relationships, especially with rappers. I know all men do not cheat, but rappers and athletes, honey, I think it's almost inevitable. But I definitely think rappers have everybody beat, especially because of the lifestyle. But Ari and G Herbo were seen as relationship goals at one point, and then it all ended tumultuously. He couldn't stop cheating, allegedly caught herpes, started dating Taina while still dating Ari, or at least still being sexual with her when she was going through postpartum with a newborn baby. I mean, come on, ladies. Like, you can't desire to date anyone based off of their career. And ain't Ish Naker can be the waiter at Ruby Tuesdays or the CEO of Sony. I think because Ari continues to be so successful without G Herbo, that's why people think to live by her Krabby Patty secret formula when there is way more to this. You don't just get handed luxuries, sponsorships, and deals and fame just because you have a baby by a rapper or a famous person. Because if that was the case, it would be way more women with the same success as Ari. Luck and licking your opportunity is what is more the reason as to why she is successful. So glorifying celebrity couples is not just smart, because what works for A may not work for B through Z. Even with the examples of other rapper couples, Jada and Lil Baby. Jada was someone before Lil Baby. She had a business, money, and internet clout prior to dating him and having his child. And as he elevated, she did elevate in relevancy, but her sole fame and fortune is not because of Lil Baby. So to glorify these relationships as women is not smart, because in Jada's case, she made a name for herself before Lil Baby, and in Ari's case, she continues to make a name for herself without G Herbo. Ladies, y'all know you can get it on your own, right? Like, y'all know you don't need a famous man to secure the bag. Make sure you have something for yourself that isn't just the man that you're with, because both of these girls have proven how disposable these nakers are. The part of the tweet where Ari said, "A naker will never make me take an L from broken promises and fairy tales," I do respect that, because it came to a point where she realized that glorifying the relationship you have with a man is not 100% foolproof sometimes, especially when y'all are not married. Life gets real and life goes on with or without that man. In almost all of these examples, we see so many young women who have dated these rappers. There's always some level of malarkey, cheating, which seems to occur in all of these examples, outside babies, domestic violence, embarrassments, entanglements. And I'm not saying that you can't find true love with a rapper, but don't glorify the physical that you see in strangers on the internet. People are only going to show you what they want you to see, and no relationship is perfect. Overall, I think the come up of rapper BMs is definitely a trend that is a part of urban pop culture. It's probably always been a thing and something some women strive to get a taste of, but of course with social media, it has now been made something to focus on and emulate. The girls are getting where they are for multiple reasons, but having the opportunity to commercialize a relationship is something both the man and women choose to do. Because there has been some success stories, people see this as a come up, and it can be, but it's not a guarantee. Rapper baby mama come up is a fad, meaning it's quote unquote cool for right now and may not be the wave in like the next 5 to 10 years. I think building a name for yourself outside of the man you're dating will always be cool as a woman, and I truly encourage this generation to look outside of the glitz and the glam of celebrity couples and having a rapper's child. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. If y'all didn't know, Instagram deleted my Instagram, okay? So I had to make a new one. So if you don't mind, please follow my new Instagram. Please, 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 because we got to start over, all right? Don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media networks, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
Thought a broke nigga said something, but broke niggas can't talk, so he ain't hearing them. I know a bitch bitch who I heard got that itch. She make niggas sick when they get a whiff, when they get a sniff. I'm like, damn, pray for him. She don't have no hits and her lace from the stiff.
Chioma, can I hold some?
Nah, I can't do that. False claiming bitches, but all I said is truth. Yep. Never heard of you when they asked, I said, who's that? Mission in the motherland and it will push your roof. Y'all hoes be swearing y'all get in the bag, but it must be a joke or a gimmick. Y'all hoes be swearing y'all music is hot, but I'll fry your ass on the skillet. Y'all hoes be swearing y'all running the game, but couldn't even play in the scrimmage.
She forgot I'm it, so we about to play tag.
Bam! Whole lot of chomas on their ass. Yeah, whole lot of chomas on their ass. Goddamn, whole lot of chomas on their ass.